We started to introduce different recipes from Amber, from Aquamar, from the New Polo, from Dining Room, from Red Ginger as well, which will be open for lunch, so we have a different recipe as well to try for our lunch menu. We have an opportunity to create new dishes, and we have what we say, I say in French, carte blanche, meaning that there is nothing really written there. We have some guidelines, but we have to develop everything when it comes to the Chinaware, when it comes to the product, when it comes to the recipes, the combination of the flavor. I think what is very exciting now is to do all the research on the site. So we go basically traveling around the world where we see a different inspiration of cooking, of ingredients, and that's the philosophy and the direction we're taking now, yeah.
I actually started traveling at a very young age. I have pictures of when I was a year old on the beach in the Keys in my little rubber duckies.
Curiosity is kind of the key to life, isn't it?
Deep curiosity, like keep finding out, see what's out there and keep going.
The child part of life.
Traveling has been part of my lifestyle for a long time. I spent 20 years in the Navy flying C-130s, and I've been to places all over the world. And I always wanted to go back to all these places. We're people watchers.
That's what we like to do, is see how the locals live.
Because we rather go eat where the locals want to eat, not necessarily where the
Michelin stars are.
Travel for me is enriching. I've always been interested in travel ever since I can remember as a little boy. I remember once my father bought me a map of the United States, and I circled areas I wanted to see. I knew that then I wanted to see the world.
Travel means to me expanding your knowledge, expanding your world, understanding how the world operates.
It's the connections with other people that we really appreciate. It just makes the whole world feel not so big.
Right.
It's just so amazing.
Yep. It's life-changing, really.
Hey YouTube, how are you tonight? It is Cruise Chat Live on Thursday night. Tonight I am flying solo with my lovely wife, Rebecca, sitting right off camera. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
There she is. See how excited she is to be here. All right. So tonight, this is a special episode. We are flying solo. We're talking about, as you can see on YouTube right alongside me here, we have just set up an amazing, and I do mean amazing, group cruise on Oceania on the Riviera. Look at me, I'm just so excited. I can't even think about what ship we're on. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Hey, Bill. Hey, Christy, how are you? Thanks for joining us, guys. So, I mean, so first of all, if you've never gone to Alaska, we went to Alaska back in 2008 on Princess, which is our, we highly recommend Princess and Holland America for going up to Alaska. But man, I'm telling you what, small ship cruising, we have been leaning more and more into Oceania in Alaska and all over the world because of their nearly all-inclusive nature. The pricing comes out so good and you're getting a small ship experience. Hey, Mike, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. So let's talk about Oceania. So Oceania, on the ship we're going to be going on, this is the Riviera. You can see her right there in the picture if you're watching on YouTube. And for those of you on TikTok, this is the cruise that we are talking about right here in front of you. The Oceania Riviera is going to be sailing it's going to be sailing June 26, 2025 through July 7th, 2025. We're going to do 12 nights. We're going to hit 8 ports in 12 nights. And I think one of the coolest things, first of all, a lot of the ports are long stops. But Victoria, which is typically, a 3-hour stop because it's a token stop. The ships need to stop there for their Canada stop. Not with Oceania. We're going to be there for 12 hours. You're actually going to be able to get off the ship and go experience Oceania and go see everything about
the lovely Bouchard Gardens.
Yeah. So we can go see Victoria. We can go explore and all of that good stuff. So we're really, really excited about this. I mean, we are truly, truly excited about this. So, and by the way, folks, if you're new to the channel, both on TikTok or YouTube, please do subscribe. Hit that little like button so that everybody knows that you like what we're doing, because we really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Chrissy, you're trying to convince your husband to go. I think that would be great. Let the kids stay home from mom for 13 days. That's hilarious. And by the way, kids are, families are welcome on Oceania. Now, the thing to know about with Oceania, there is no kids club. There's nothing special for the kids to do. However, in Alaska, there will be a lot of things for the kids to do for sure.
And I can tell you from my mother's Mediterranean cruise on Oceania, said there weren't that many kids, but the ones that were doted on by lots of grandparents, quote unquote.
See, so you're going to have lots of grandparents doting on the kids. So you could bring them, with you. But yeah, so let's get into this. So it's going to be 8 nights up there. And the reason why we chose this particular
12
cruise,
nights.
Excuse me, it can be 12 nights, 8 ports. And the reason why we chose this particular cruise was because it was the 12 nights, because we have the long stay in Victoria, and because we have long stays in so many ports, including Icy Strait Point with the world's longest zip line. I think it's the world's longest and the world's tallest zip line. I cannot wait to see this. So let's take a look. Hey, Tara, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining in. So let's take a quick look at what we're going to be doing, all right? We're going to be starting out in Seattle on June 26, 2025. Then we'll be cruising the Inside Passage. Now, keep in mind, this ship, the Oceania Riviera, I'm going to read it off. Riviera. I keep saying Riviera. The Oceania Riviera. She's only 66,000 gross tons. Okay. For comparison, the Icon of the Seas is about 232,000 gross tons. This thing could fit inside the Icon of the Seas, no problem. The Oceania Riviera only carries 1,250 guests. That's it. 1,250 guests. And it is nearly all inclusive. So this is going to be June 26th, we leave Seattle. June 27th, we'll be cruising the Inside Passage. Then we go to Ketchikan on June 28th. Ketchikan is such a cool little town. We've got bush plains there. We got tons of native history there with totems and things like that. Then we're going to Wrangell. I've never been to Wrangell. I'm pretty excited. We've never been to Wrangell. Then we go to Juneau. We already know what we're doing in Juneau. We're going back to Harv and Marv whale watching. Those guys are just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal with whale watching. Then we go to Skagway. Skagway, the last time we were there, we were supposed to do the helicopter, go fly to the dog sled camp, maybe go dog sledding on the Mendenhall Glacier. Hoping to get to do it this time.
I don't think it was the Mendenhall Glacier.
Well, that's what this one is now.
Yeah, that's Juneau.
Yeah. So we might go try to do that. And then of course I mentioned Icy Strait Point. I cannot wait. I'm hoping that we can get on this stupid zip line. We're going to be there for 12 hours.
What's this we stuff?
Whoever's joining me from the ship. How about that? Because Rebecca's not doing the zip line. Not a chance in heck. She might ride up the gondola and go see all the stuff that's at the top, because the gondola, I think it's free or something. Like you can go up the gondola, something like that.
All I know is that there was a fair amount of walking to get from the gondola up to the
yeah, there is. There really is. And then what are we doing? Then we're going to go cruising the Hubbard Glacier, which should be absolutely gorgeous. And on the 4th of July, we're going to be in Sitka, Alaska. How cool is that? That's going to be kind of neat.
In the 49th state.
See that? We'll celebrate the 4th and the 49th state. Hey, Danielle, how are you? Thanks so much for joining in. And then we're going to go to Klawock, Alaska. Now, that should be really, really interesting. This is a brand new port that Norwegian Cruise Line is actually building with the Hunan. I think it's the Hunan tribe.
I think Huna.
Huh?
I think it's Huna.
The Huna tribe. That they're going to be built. I can't remember the name of the company that they're building with, but it's the same company that built Icy Strait Point. It's the same collaboration. Now, Oceania is owned by Norwegian Cruise Line. So Oceania is actually going to be the very first stop. In fact, they're doing it this year. They're opening up, or this year or next year, they're opening up Klawock for the first time. From what I can see, it's like just very natural. It's just very beautiful. And then we're going to be cruising again, and then Victoria. If you've always wondered what Victoria looked like and you never really had a chance because you had a 3-hour stop there because, you know, the ship just had to go in, well, we're actually going to be there for 12 hours, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's going to be absolutely flippin' amazing. So that is our, you know, absolutely amazing itinerary that we're going to be doing on this Oceania cruise. Now, let's talk about the amenities. Because the amenities are absolutely insane. You know, when you go, you can actually go on our website right now. There's links in the description on YouTube, and if you're watching us on TikTok, you can click my logo. There's a link to go directly to the group cruise page, and you can see the pricing right there. And you might look at it and you might say, well, geez, it's a little bit expensive. Now, keep in mind the pricing that I'm showing you there includes the round trip airfare from 50 U.S. states. So let's kind of break down 50 U.S. cities. I'm just so excited about this cruise. I can't keep it straight, and that's why Rebecca's sitting right off camera, keeping me on my toes. So let's talk about the amenities on this cruise. Now, one thing that Oceania is known for, they used to have this thing called O-Life, where you could roll in some things with your cruise. Now they've made it extremely simple. It kind of reminds me of Virgin Voyages. They've made it very simple. You know, Virgin Voyages, one of the things that they've done to really set themselves apart is they have rolled in so many things right into your cruise fare. So you've got, you know, your meals are rolled in, your soft drinks are rolled in, and things like that. So with Oceania, there's Simply More program. This replaces the O-Life. So Simply More, 2-for-1 cruise fares. That's just standard now. Free round trip airfare with airport transfers, like I said, from 50 U.S. cities. And if you don't happen to live in one of the 50 cities, it's something like $99 each way per person additional. So that's not bad at all. And then let's see what we got over here. Free shore excursion credit for the cabin. Now, for this particular cruise, it's going to be $800 for the cabin. So Oceania is going to spot you $800 toward the shore excursion that you can book with Oceania. You're going to get free champagne, wine, and more, beer and more with your lunch and dinner. That's just automatically included. You get free gourmet specialty coffee, free gourmet specialty dining. So every restaurant on the ship is included. There are some dining experiences, which I'll explain in a minute, but all of the restaurants are included. So you've got that main dining room, which is basically like a specialty restaurant anywhere else. We've got the Red Ginger, we've got the Polo Grill, we've got Toscana, which is Italian. Oh my God, there's just so much food. I'm going to talk about dining in just a little bit, but that's included. And you get free unlimited Wi-Fi. So all of that's just rolled into the cruise fare automatically now. That's the Simply More program. You don't have to pay any extra for any of that. But then with our group, if those of you who were watching a few weeks ago, I had Guillaume on here from Oceania, and we had a great chat about this group. So number one, if you book within our group, you're going to get prepaid gratuities. Boom. And you're going to get a free upgrade to what they call the Prestige Select Drinks Package. The Prestige Select Drink Package means you can have a drink anytime you want. You don't have to wait for lunch and dinner if you want to have wine or beer or champagne or some cocktails. Now, there is a limit. You know, there is like a $1 limit that if you go over that $1 limit, you will have to pay a little bit extra. But it's basically drinks anytime you want to have them. That is going to be included with our group. Now, there is a minimum number of cabins that we need to book and that we need to maintain all the way through to keep those in place. But we've already got 4 cabins booked, and we've just gotten started with this thing. So I will say we have very limited cabins on board. The ship only takes 1,200 people to begin with. So it's not like we have like 500 spaces available for our group. We have a very limited number in our group to get these amenities and to even get on board the ship. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Good to see you. I'm tempting you big time. Yeah, so you really, yeah, because you are in LA, right? So Seattle is so close. Now you bring up a very good point, Aaron. Now, when you see the pricing on our website, we can take the flights out of it. I just said, you know, right there on the screen, the very first thing it says on Simply More is 2 it's a 2-for-1 fare, but then free round trip airfare. That's an allowance. What they do is they put $700 per guest for the flights. Now, if you have points, or if you think your flights from LA are going to cost less than $700 per person, they probably will, we can take $1,400 off the price. And that's really cool because, you know, when you look at the veranda pricing and then you look at what the concierge level comes with, which we're going to look at the staterooms in just a little bit, you can take that $1,400 off and then step up to the concierge level, and then suddenly you get all these extra amenities. So if you're in a position where you think, look, I can fly round trip for less than $1,400 for the two of us, then I can take that $1,400 right off the price. And I've already done that. In fact, I have a set of guests from LA and I have a set of guests from New York that are going. And the folks from New York said, we have so many points, we can pretty much fly anywhere we want. I'm like, great, I'll take the flights off. So they ended up saving $2,800 over 2 cabins. So Aaron, keep that in mind. I can actually take, when you're looking at the prices on my website, you can just go ahead and take the flights right off for $1,400. Yeah, $1,400 per cabin. So that's a great thing. But again, so Simply More, really good amenities rolled in. For those of you who are just tuning in, we are talking about, if you're here on TikTok, you can see this little piece of paper right down here at the bottom of the screen. We're talking about Oceania Riviera group cruise to Alaska, 12 nights. We're going to be going round trip from Seattle, 12 nights, 8 ports, 1 absolutely insane, incredible adventure. Rebecca and I will be there. If you want to meet the woman of mystery that you only hear, this is one way to do it, is to come on a ship with us. We're so excited about this. So this will be June 26th through July 8th, 2025. We'll be spending the 4th of July in Sitka. So that is what we are talking about tonight, folks. I'm not taking your normal questions like we normally do. We're zeroing in on this. So now we've talked about the amenities, and what I'd love to do now is kind of show some of the dining. Now, I know those of you on TikTok can't. If you're watching us on TikTok and you've got access to YouTube, just go ahead and tune into YouTube as well. I put up the TikTok just in case anybody was, you know, hanging out and you wanted to listen on. But you can jump over to YouTube as well. But I'm going to put up some of this dining so y'all can start to see some of what's included. Everything I'm showing on the screen on the YouTube side is included, and I'll walk you guys through it. So afternoon tea. Now, this is afternoon tea, proper British style. This is like, you know, Cunard style. This is like really, really high-end afternoon tea. Afternoon tea is absolutely included.
And my mother was highly impressed with it on her Oceania cruise.
So if you don't trust me, trust Rebecca's mom. Rebecca's mom went on, what did she sail on? Did she sail on the ship?
She sailed on the Riviera, but in the Mediterranean.
She sailed on the Riviera in the Mediterranean and loved it. And I'll be honest, it was really Rebecca's mom that made me really start to lean into Oceania, because I knew Oceania was there, but I just had this mindset that, whoa, man, it's like really, really expensive. But then when you start to look at it and you take, say, a princess suite, or you take a mini suite, or you take a celebrity retreat class or aqua class cabin, and you start adding in all of the things that you get included with Oceania all of a sudden, and then you put the airfare on top of that, and all of a sudden Oceania is either right there and sometimes less. I was like, holy crap, Oceania is a heck of a value for going, pretty much anywhere that they go. And if we're going to go back to Alaska, it's like, you know what? We're going to go back to Alaska. We're going to go do Oceania.
And I will say the other thing my mother really enjoyed, she said it was just so much easier to get off the ship and do excursions because you're not fighting with 5,000 other people.
Exactly. You're not fighting with 12,000 other people. So for those of you just tuning in on TikTok, this is what we're talking about right here. We are setting up a group cruise. Well, we have a group cruise now booking to Alaska on the Oceania Riviera. So back to the screen on YouTube, the Polo Grill, that is your steakhouse on the Riviera. That is 100% included. That amazing steak that you're seeing on the screen, 100% included. Jacques Pepin. He is the, I don't know, he's like the culinary director, whatever he is of Oceania. He has his own restaurant, and I'm showing you a ridiculous cheese platter on the screen right now. Absolutely insane. Red Ginger, the Asian restaurant. Again, all of this is included. Everything that I'm showing you here is included. I'm not even showing you anything from the main dining room yet.
And the other thing to note about every single dining venue, everything is made to order.
Yes.
It's not sitting there in the past with, 5,000 other chicken dishes waiting to go out to
No.
your 3,000 people in the dining room. It's made when you order it.
Everything on Oceania, even in the main dining room, made to order. So, Barbara, how are you? Hey, we might be getting a call from Barbara tomorrow to book. That'll be amazing. I mean, we're blown away. Barbara, we can't wait to see you guys on the ship. We can't wait to see. We're going to see you guys in about
36 days.
36 days. We're going to see you in Miami. Can't wait to see you, Barbara. That's going to be so awesome. But I really do hope you all can come. That's going to be so much fun. But yeah, so the red ginger, Asian, and if y'all know me, y'all know I love my coffee, and all the specialty coffee is included. In fact, they have self-make espresso machines. You just put the thing under, you push the button, and you get. Oh my God, I'm like, y'all know we're going on the Oceania Serena for Christmas and New Year's, and you're just gonna find me by the little self-push espresso machine.
And he'll sure have a lot of video to show you of the Oceania experience.
Oh my God, I cannot wait to show you all of this. But for now, I mean, we're just like, you know what? We jumped into this, and these bookings are brand spanking new. So the ship is wide open. Even though our group space is somewhat limited, we have pretty much every cabin on the ship is available. If somebody would like the owner suite, I've got pictures of it on there. The owner suite is the entire aft of the ship. There's like 3 of them, I think, on the 3 decks.
Yeah.
But it's literally the entire back of the ship. Like on the Virgin ship, they split that into 3 suites on the back. Nope, on Oceania, it is literally the whole back of the ship is one suite. The owner suite is back there. So we got the owner suite, we got the Vista suite, the Oceania suite, and the Penthouse suite. Those are the 4 suites that we have. Yes, those suites can be included in our group. Yes, those suites will get the same amenities as everybody else.
And a few little bonus extras for being in a suite, of course.
Of course. Oh, just a few. So
1 or 2.
If you go to our website, there's links here. There's links on TikTok. I tried to list all of the amenities that come with every single cabin category. Just the main staterooms come with a lot of great things. But then once you get the concierge level, it just goes up. And then every suite that you go into just goes up from there. Barbara, we can't wait to see you guys too. I can't wait to meet Don. Don has promised to buy me some drinks and to tell me some stories. So Don, I'm going to hold you to that when I see you in 36 days with it. 36 days. I'll see you guys in 36 days. So back to the Oceania. Oceania Riviera. So there are 2 dining experiences that are an extra charge. These are very exclusive dining experiences. So one is called Privé. Now what Privé is mainly a dining room for 10 people. So 10 folks get together and the chef prepares a meal specifically just for the 10 of you. There is an extra charge for this. Then Oceania has a partnership with Wine Spectator, and they put together some, I think 3 different crazy menus. One is Dom Perignon. Okay, so if you want a Dom Perignon menu, they have a champagne menu, and then 2 wine menus. Now, when you go to my website, I have a whole page. If you go under group travel, I have a whole page on this Oceania cruise, and I have links to all of the menus. So if you want to see what you're going to get included for your cruise fare, and you want to see what Privé and La Reserve are all about, you can now Privé is literally like a custom menu, but you can see the La Reserve menus there as well.
I can say my mother did one of the wine pairing dinners, and she absolutely loved it. And she was very happy by the end of it because she did call us.
She
was quite happy.
She was quite happy. She was quite happy. Now, one thing that you might be wondering, because I'm talking about a luxury cruise line, and I'm talking about Privé and La Reserve and wine pairings and all this stuff. You might say, "Oh my God, am I going to be comfortable on this ship? Am I going to be wearing like a tuxedo all day long?" No. Actually, this is casual luxury. They call it country club casual, I think is what they call it. So, you still have, now, here's a really cool thing. They have a buffet. However, they serve it. It's not a self-serve buffet. They will serve it to you. They do have casual dining out by the pool. You can be casual all day long. The only thing they ask is that when you do come to dinner at night, that you at least be business casual. You don't need a suit and tie. You don't even need a jacket. They just maybe some slacks and a shirt. But during the day, I mean, you're just casual. You're just, however you come as you are. And even at night, if you're like, you know what, I don't want to get dressed up, well, then go to the buffet or go to the pool grill, go to the casual.
Or have room service because that's included
or
too.
have room service because that's included too. So Midwest Katie would love to do the privé dinner. I would love for you to do it too. So you can take pictures and show us. I want to see. I'm kind of hoping that at least, I don't think we're going to do it on the Serena, but I'm hoping that maybe I can at least find out more about it and get some information.
They don't do it on the Serena because it's a smaller class.
That's right. They don't do it on the Serena. But when we're on here, it would be kind of cool to at least, get some information. Thank you for reminding me of that. So Oceania has two different classes of ship. We got the R class, actually 3 now. We have the R class ship, which is 672 passengers. That's what we're going to be going on for Christmas. That's the Serena. Then we have the O class ships. That is the Riviera
and the Marina.
And so then there's the Vista class, which is the new one. So thank you for reminding me they don't have privé on the small one. I can't wait. I'm 672 people for Christmas. This is going to be amazing. So back to the Riviera. Now, one of the cool things, like I said, we're going to have long port stops. We're going to have 12 hours, 14 hours, 10 hours. We're going to have long port stops. And there are some pretty cool things to do. Now, there's your usual, right? You can go dog sledding on the Mendenhall Glacier. That's going to be offered in Juneau. But something that's really cool. So at Icy Strait Point, I've mentioned that zip line. They actually have an outdoor cooking class. It's called In Alaska's Wild Kitchen. I'm so excited about this one. I already know I'm doing that. So
I'll join you.
Yeah, see, she'll join me on that. I'm going to go zip lining, scare the crap out of myself, and then I'm going to go learn how to cook outdoor
you
style.
don't want to do it the other way around.
No. I don't want to eat first and then zip line. No. We'll zip first, and then we'll go cook. But outdoor cooking, how cool is that? And it's because we have the time. It's not like we have 6 hours and you got to hurry up and get off the ship and go do your thing and then get back to the ship. We got plenty of time. And something that's really cool, I never would have thought, and if those of you on YouTube are going like, he's got golf on the screen. Why does he have golf on the screen? In Wrangell, Alaska, there is a 9-hole course called Muskeg Meadows Golf. And what I love about it, but perhaps the most unusual aspect of Muskeg Meadows is the Raven rule. If a raven flies down onto the course and takes your ball, you can drop a new one without penalty. I just think that's hilarious. I might have to play 9 holes in Alaska just to say I played 9 holes. So
see if a raven likes your balls.
Hey,
that didn't sound right.
That did not sound
right. I didn't mean
I hope your kids are asleep, people, because Rebecca's just taking this show into a direction. This is why I don't let her on at night. She just gets punch drunk tired. She's only supposed to be on in the mornings.
Golf balls. Golf balls.
Doug, I think, you can figure out how to escape the 4 kids for 12 nights. Just don't tell them you're going. That's all. That's what I would do. I don't. We'd love to have you come, Doug. It would be amazing. But just, keep in mind, again, kids are welcome on the ship. Families are welcome on the ship. It's just they do not have a kids program. But if you were going to bring kids onto an Oceania cruise, this would certainly be a good one to do it because it is Alaska. There will be a lot of things to do. Alaska is very much like a river cruise. It's like a river cruise on a very big boat is what it is. And so there's so much to do. You're on land quite a bit. This is not a bad cruise to bring kids on. But again, there's not going to be much to do. This is an adult-centric cruise line, okay? Everything is designed for adults, for the comfort of adults. The kids can come, but can't do it. Aaron, you did Alaska earlier this year. Yeah, this cruise is totally next level. I do mean totally next level. Do we have special rates for singles? So Oceania does have some solo cabins. However, I'm not sure if they are on this ship. I do need to go check that. But if there are, they would be an interior, and I believe they have some ocean views. What they did was they went in and they recategorized some of the cabins as ocean view and solo. they recategorized some of the Ocean View and the Insides as solos. So I haven't looked. I did have a solo book today, but she wanted a concierge, so that was the full price. There was no single supplement for that, but she set herself up with her parents. There's, she's right next door. But I would have to go check on that for you, whether there are any. So there should be, because we are literally right at the beginning of the booking period. This ship just went on sale, so the ship is wide open.
Probably
So,
like 2-3 weeks ago.
yeah. So if you'd like to reach out to me, there are links in the description. Just drop me an email to remind me, and I'll go grab the solo rates for you, and I can shoot you an email, or we can hop on a call and I can walk you through what your options are. But I'd be happy to do that for you. Whip, what made us choose this itinerary? What made us choose this cruise line? The itinerary. This is a nice itinerary. So what made us choose this cruise line? Well, yeah, the itinerary was a big part of it, because 12 nights and 12 good nights, right? There's 8 ports. What a great, amazing itinerary. Two, the size of the ship. Going to Alaska, the smaller the ship, the better. To be honest with you, these are small ports. And when you come in with a ship, like we came in on the Sapphire Princess, which is only about 2,500 people. We didn't really have much trouble getting in and out. But you start coming in on ships with 3,500, 4,500, 5,000. It's really hard to get off the ship. The other thing, just there's so much value with Oceania. Your flights are included. I'll go ahead and put that back up on the screen again. The amenities, it's 2-for-1 airfare. Your flight, or 2-for-1 cruises, your flights are included. Your shore excursions, you got $800 to spend towards shore excursion through Oceania. We got free champagne, wine, and beer with lunch and dinner. All of the restaurants are included. You get unlimited Wi-Fi. And then with our group, we're able, this is amazing. We've not been able to put together a group that has these kind of amenities. Number one, prepaid gratuities. We've gotten that on another cruise line in the past, but then we got the drink package upgrade. So all told, this is up to a $1,272 value that Guillaume worked with us to give every single cabin. So it was just a combination of all those things. And Oceania has been a tremendous travel partner with us. So they've made it very easy for us to set this up. They're willing to work with us to help us out with things. So, just the ease of working with them, the amenities, the ship, the itinerary. When you put the whole package together, it was kind of a no-brainer to go ahead and work with Oceania. So
absolutely fully plan to do group cruises on a wide range of cruise lines.
Yes, and speaking of which, we do still have right now, the Sun Princess is another cruise that we have booking right now. That's October of 2024. Again, you go to our website, go to Group Travels, and very shortly, soon, we should be announcing an MSC cruise as well for the whole
Italy
family.
willing.
Yeah, as soon as Italy gets their act together, we'll get going. But tonight we're talking about Alaska and Oceania. So, Barbara, you're looking forward to the White Path and the Yukon Railway. That is a really cool experience. We did that the last time.
Yep.
So much fun. Of course, if you're a fan of Ben and David, David, and Stephanie did it. In fact, I saw Ben with his big 360 camera. I'm like, oh, I want to do that now. But I think Ben did a tremendous job filming that and showing, how it all looks and everything. So yeah, Barbara, that should be a lot of fun.
Aww.
That should be a lot of fun. Aaron, you'd have to go solo. Oh, that would be sad. And we totally get that. We totally get that. Yeah. Our dogs never like the 4th of July either. So yeah, that's kind of sad. Kathy, you saw Guillaume from Oceania when he was on here and all the things. Yeah. Hey, Cindy, how are you? So if you're just joining us right now, both on TikTok and YouTube, we're spending this hour talking about a really amazing group cruise that we have been putting together with Oceania. If you're watching us on TikTok, it's right here on this little piece of paper. If you're watching us on YouTube, I've got that big, beautiful graphic of the Riviera sitting up near the glaciers. So we're going to be going to Alaska in 2025, June 26th through July 8th. We will be on the 1,250 passenger Oceania Riviera. We're going to go 12 nights. We're going to go round trip Seattle. So it's a very easy trip for anybody in the United States. We're going to be round trip Seattle. We're going to hit 8 ports. I will go over the entire itinerary again very shortly. And it is nearly all inclusive. And with the group, we are throwing in prepaid gratuities, and we're throwing in the prestige drink package upgrade. It's about $1,200 of upgrades per cabin that we are throwing in for booking in our group. We're just like so flipping excited. I will say very limited space. We have very limited allocation to our group. Groups are very popular on Oceania, so we're like the first ones to get in, so we were able to get some cabins first. If you go to our website, if you're watching us on TikTok, you go into my link tree. I think it's the very first link now. It's the Oceania Group Cruise. It'll take you right to our webpage. Pricing is on the website. The staterooms are on the website. Everything about this cruise is on the group travel page underneath the Oceania, including links to all the menus. Oh my God, folks, click on those links to the menus and see what you're going to be eating on this ship. You may not want to actually get off at the port. You may just want to stay on the ship and keep eating. That would be a shame in Alaska, but you might have to do that. Midwest Cape, yeah, the White Patch Railway. So here's the thing about Alaska. I've had multiple people. In fact, I just did a podcast with somebody this week. He said, what's your most memorable cruise experience? And I said, well, geez, that's easy, Alaska. We did this cruise in 2008. I still remember literally everything about that cruise. I can't tell you much about the ones in the Caribbean because they kind of blur together. But that one in Alaska, 14 days in Alaska, oh my God, I still remember pretty much everything about it. You know, especially since it was one of my dad's last trips too. But Alaska is one of those places. I took over 3,300, 3,800 photographs while we were in Alaska. There is not a single photo that does Alaska justice.
And he's got some beautiful photos.
I got beautiful photos, but in fact, there's some behind me right now that are hanging up back there. But there's not a single photo that does justice to when you're actually standing there and you're in it. Oh my God, it's just so absolutely amazing. So yeah, so Barbara brings up a good point. She was on one of those Princess cruises where Skagway was canceled because of the rock slide. So, and it was interesting, you know, after all this rock slide happened, I went and took a look. You know, Sapphire Princess was docked right there. And I took a look. I'm like, holy crap. Yeah, the rocks are like right there. We were right up against a cliff face is where we were docked. It's something you didn't think about. But now
that's called the railroad dock. There's a couple of other docks in town, but that one is the closest to the railroad.
That's the railway dock. Yeah. And, you know, when I took a look at it, I was like, wow, that's actually kind of scary that we were right there. Now, one of the things that Skagway supposedly is doing, there is a commercial dock on the other side of the port, and they're looking at converting that so that the ships can pull in over there. They'll be far away from the rock slides and all of that good stuff. So obviously coming in with a small ship, we're going to have some option, which is going to be great. If you go back and look at that Ben and David and Stephanie vlogs from Alaska, you'll notice that they were on the Norwegian Spirit, which also was a very small ship. They didn't tie up at the railway dock. They tied up at another dock that was further over, which is what I'm hoping we're going to be doing too. So that's one of the options on going with a small ship. Now, on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the staterooms that we do have. Now, the ship does have interiors, ocean views, verandas, concierge, and then you go up to the suites. However, with our group, we are only allowed, we can book as many interiors and ocean views as we want, but we can only put one of each of those categories inside the group, and then you get those amenities. And that's a Oceania rule. That's not our rule. We probably would have picked a few more. So if you're interested in an interior or you're interested in an ocean view cabin and you want to be part of our group so you can get those killer amenities, you got to book quickly because we literally have one of each. That's all we're allowed. We can book more. You're just not going to get those amenities, unfortunately. And like I said, it's $1,200 worth of amenities, prepaid gratuities, and an upgrade to the drinks package. But these cabins are gorgeous. This cabin, this ship just got a tremendous makeover, and they modernized the whole ship. So we've got the interior stateroom. Like the interior is 174 square feet. And here, you know what? I've actually got on here like some of the things that it comes with. Let me scroll up here. Let's see. So every stateroom comes with complimentary soft drinks replenished daily, and your mini bar, complimentary still and sparkling water, complimentary room service menu 24 hours a day. How many cruise lines say that anymore? Of course, you're going to get your tranquility bed. You're going to get twice daily maid service. You got wireless internet and cellular service. How about that? Cellular, I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds like you can use your phone on the ship. You get plush towels, robes, and slippers. Of course, the security safe and Belgian chocolates with turn down service. When was the last time you got that? I remember that used to be standard.
Yeah, it's been a long
It's been a long time since we got that. So it's almost like going back, man. It's going back old school. We're getting all the stuff we used to get, including sodas. So, oh, Barbara, you're asking about the land package. Yes, we can go ahead and book that. There is a 3-day packet that you can add on to the front. I cannot book it through, like you can't see it online yet because it's 2025, so they don't have it actually online. But I was talking to Oceania. There is a 3-day Denali package, and that's basically what it's all about. You're going to fly to, can't remember where, you might fly to Anchorage.
I think so.
And then you'll do Denali, and then you fly into Seattle to get the ship. But it's a 3-day package. I think it might be 4 nights, 3 days, Denali package. And it's always before the cruise. It's never after the cruise. So they do a pre-cruise setup. So yeah, so if you're interested in that, we can add a 3-day pre-cruise package. But then you see like the ocean view here. So the ocean view looks like it's a balcony. When you look at the picture, you're like, oh wait, that's actually a balcony. No, it's not. That is floor-to-ceiling glass. And I don't know why they didn't make it a French balcony. They could have. They could have actually made it so that the door slid open like a French balcony, but they didn't. But your ocean view is not this little, picture frame glass. It's literally floor to ceiling glass on the entire side. And then of course you've got your verandas. So they've got 4 categories of verandas, 4 categories of concierge level. And then we go into the suite. We have the owner suite, the Vista suite, the Oceania suite, and we've got the penthouse suite. So the penthouse suite is actually the smallest one. The owner suite is the biggest one. It's literally the entire back of the ship. I really want somebody to book that because I want to go hang out in the owner suite and go see what that looks like. By the way, if anybody is watching, that's going to be on our Serena cruise for Christmas, and if you want to show us what the owner suite looks like, we'd love to come see it. But those are these cabins are absolutely gorgeous. They're not like your typical ship cabin. They're made to be more like being at home. That's what I was reading, is that they were trying to make it feel more like you were coming home versus going into a big fancy ship. And I think that kind of does come through with somebody. I mean, they look like a nice hotel, really, but we can literally book any single cabin on the ship. The only restrictions that we do have: 1 interior, 1 ocean view. That's all that we can put into the group. We can still book more. We just can't put you in the group, and then you can't get those suite amenities with the cruise. And I'm going to walk through the itinerary again. For those of you who are just tuning in, we're talking about our Oceania Cruises group cruise in Alaska. We're going in June of 2025. And if you're watching on TikTok, it's right here on this piece of paper. If you're watching on TikTok, you can click my logo, go to the link tree. Very first link will take you directly to the group page. If you're watching us on YouTube, there's a link in the description down below, take you directly to the group page. If not, there's a link that'll take you to our website. Group travel is where you're going to find it. Literally everything about this cruise is right there, including the pricing. I've got the pricing there for the cabins. For some of the cabins, the pricing that I am showing online includes the round trip airfare. If you don't need the round trip airfare, take $1,400 off the price, because it is a $700 per person allowance for the flights. So just take $1,400 off if you're going to handle your own airfare. So it's really, really good. And as Barbara mentioned on YouTube, there is a land tour as well. As far as I know, there's only 1 and 1 in the group.
Oh.
Because when we looked at the group information, it was just 1 and 1.
Just our allotment.
Well, okay, so we'll verify that, but I believe it said only 1 and 1 actually allowed in the group. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll verify that, but I'm pretty sure that's how I read it in the information. So Rebecca's asking whether we were just allowed one in our allotment, but we can add more. We'll verify that, but as far as I know, we're only allowed to put 1 actually in the group. of each. So that's how I read it in the paperwork. I could be wrong. We'll go verify that. And if I'm wrong, by the way, I'll change it in the description down below for those of you watching us on the replay. I'll just go in there and change it. But I think that's what I read. So, hey, John, you're late. Hello. Hello. We're talking about going to Alaska, folks. We're going to go to Alaska in June of 2025. I cannot wait. I hope you all can come with us. This is going to be 11 nights. Here's the itinerary. I've got it up on YouTube. I will read it off for all y'all over on TikTok. We're going to start in Seattle on June 26th. We embark at 1 p.m. I'm not sure exactly what time we leave, but we're going to start getting on the ship at 1 p.m. If you're in a concierge or above, you're going to get on at noon. So you guys will sneak on there before the rest of us.
And I believe the rooms will be ready when you get on.
Yeah, I believe they will be. And then we're going to, on June 27th, we'll be cruising the Inside Passage. So Alaska is very much like a river cruise with a big ship. Is really what it is, because we're going to stay with inside of land pretty much the whole time. Then we're going to go to Ketchikan. We're going to be there from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to be there for 11 hours. Plenty of time. This is going to be one of those cruises where if you want to do a couple of excursions in a port, you're going to be able to do more than one excursion. 11 hours in Ketchikan. Then on June 29th, we are in Wrangell, Alaska. We're going to be there for 9 hours. No, more than 9 hours, 10 hours. 10 hours. We're going to be in Wrangell, Alaska for 10 hours. I've never been to Wrangell. I don't know what to do in Wrangell. We'll have to figure that out. Could be fun. Actually, was that where the golf course was?
I think so.
That's where the golf course was. So see, if you weren't watching earlier, you don't know what's so special about that golf course and why birds are fantastic. I'll tell you. And then we're going to go on June 30th. We're going to be in Juneau, Alaska, 10 a.m. till 11 p.m. Man, 13 hours.
They have a nighttime whale watching too.
Yes, they have a nighttime whale watching, evening whale watching through the cruise line. Now, we're definitely going to do Harv and Mar, but, you know, you never know. We might get on a second one in the evening just to go out and see what that's like too, because I can just imagine the sun setting, going out and seeing the whales coming up. So we're going to be in Juneau, Alaska for 13 hours. Then on July 1st, we hit Skagway, 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. Folks, I mean, my goodness, you're going to have so much time. Think about how far away from the port you can actually go with things like this, like those helicopter tours that can just take you far away. You're going to have so much time. It's not like, oh man, okay, we got 6 hours. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We've got, how many hours is that? That's 12, 13, 14. I don't know. It's a lot of hours in Skagway to go have a heck of a lot of fun. Then on July 2nd, we go to Icy Strait Point. That's a short one. That's only 12 hours, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So you only got 12 hours. I'm definitely going zip lining on the tallest and fastest zip line in the world. I know I'm doing that. And then we're definitely going to go do that outdoor cooking class. Oh my God, that's going to be so amazing. Then we'll be doing some cruising in Hubbard Glacier on this one. Then we go to Sitka, Alaska, the 4th of July, Sitka, Alaska. I wonder if there will be fireworks anywhere. This is actually a short. This is 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's like as short as we go. But yeah, I wonder if there's going to be any 4th of July fireworks or anything going on the 4th of July in Sitka. That could be a lot of fun, especially from the ship. You know, if we can see some fireworks from the ship, that would be absolutely amazing because you'll see them reflecting on the water and all that. Oh, got to be gorgeous. Then we're going to go to Klawock. Klawock is a brand new port that's being built in partnership. Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings is building it in partnership with the Huna tribe. They built Icy Strait Point together. So now they're going to be building this. And we're going to be one of the first, I believe this year or next year is going to be the first time going into this port. So it's going to be brand spanking new. July 6th, we'll actually get a nice sea day. And then on the 7th, folks, if you've always wanted to see Victoria, British Columbia, we have 12 hours, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. in Victoria, British Columbia on July 7th. And then July 8th, we come back to Seattle and we're done. So only 12 nights. Only 12 nights in Alaska. John, I know we can't wait to see you on the Sun Princess, but man, I hope you can come join us in Alaska. This is going to be absolutely flipping amazing. So we've already got, 4 staterooms are already booked. Like I said, we have very limited supply in our group. And based on what Rebecca just said, I will go double check whether we can put in any more interiors and ocean views. My understanding was no, we could only allow one of each actually in the group, but we'll find out. And again, if you've just tuned in, the amenities that you are going to get for booking with Oceania, these are standard. The Simply More package is a standard package now, just like on Virgin Voyages. You get a whole bunch of amenities. With Oceania, you automatically get 2-for-1 cruise fares. You get free round-trip airfare with free airport transfers. If you decide you don't need the airfare, then we take $1,400 off the price. Boom, gone. So basically what they've done flat rate airfare, and it doesn't matter where you're going. That $1,400 airfare gets you all the way to Australia from the United States. Because we got
well, no, the allotment changes.
Well, that's true. The allotment does change, but the pricing doesn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. The pricing of the airfare allotment is not the same for every single cruise.
She's right. But they do roll it in.
Yes.
They do roll it in, and they make it very, very simple for you. Then you're going to get the shore excursion credit. Now, it goes up to $1,200 per cabin for the longer cruises. For this particular cruise, you're going to get $800 of shore excursion credit. You put that towards any shore excursion on Oceania. Then you get free champagne, wine, and beer with your lunch and your dinner. By the way, we were talking about food. I found out that they serve a surf and turf sandwich out at the pool grill every single day. Lobster and filet on a sandwich every single day. You know what I'm going to be doing for Christmas and New Year's? At lunchtime, most days. That's probably what I'm going to be doing. I might have to live stream it every day. It's going to be so amazing. Then you get, of course, the free gourmet specialty dining that we were just talking about. I mean, every restaurant on the entire ship is included. You do have 2 special event meals that are extra. The Privé, which is only 10 people with a custom menu, and then La Reserve by Wine Spectator. There are 3 menus. Those are extra charge wine events. Rebecca's mom did do one of the Wine Spectator meals, and she said it was just amazing. In fact, Rebecca's mom was on this very ship, and she will actually be here in a couple of weeks. Maybe we'll get her on the show. Wouldn't that be fun? Never going to happen.
No.
Never going to happen. And then, and of course, you get the unlimited Wi-Fi as well with Oceania. And then for our group, if you book with Where's Walter Travel on this cruise, not only are you going to get the prepaid gratuities, which is super cool, you're going to get the free upgrade to the Prestige Select Drink Package. And what that allows you to do, instead of having champagne, beer, and wine just with lunch and dinner, you can have cocktails, spirits, and all of that anytime you want. One thing I forgot to put on there, specialty coffee is included. You know, unless you get it with alcohol, specialty, you can get your lattes, your cappuccinos, and all of that all day long. And they even have self-serve machines. You know, you just put the cup under there and you hit it and the beans grind and it does this whole thing. Oh my God, I'm just like, I'm going to be like so freaking excited about all of this. So those are the amenities that you're going to get on this cruise. So it is just going to be, I mean, I'm just like, I cannot wait. I mean, we have to wait 2 years for this thing, but I cannot wait. But I can't stress enough to you guys just how limited our supply is. We really do not have that many cabins to give away with these amenities. As you can imagine, when they're giving us, you know, $1,200 of amenity to just give you guys, they're not going to give us a whole bunch of cabins. They're going to limit us to only a select amount of cabins, and we have already sold 4 of that allotment. So there are not all that many left. Live stream the lobster and steak by the pool. I know, I'm just gonna have to, right? At some point. You know, Christmas Day, we're actually going to be in San Juan, and San Juan is not really going to be like that open. Like, why would they be, right? It's Christmas Day. So certainly I think Christmas Day, I'll probably end up just live streaming just to say hi to everybody from the ship from San Juan. And I'll probably be doing some eating and whatnot. So, and I have been talking a lot, by the way. If you guys have questions about Oceania or this cruise or anything like that, I'll be more than happy to try to answer. Again, if you go to our website, if you're watching us on TikTok, go to my logo, click the link tree, and literally the very first link in there is the Oceania Group Cruise. It's going to take you right to my webpage. We have a webpage that literally has just about everything you want to know about this cruise, including the prices of the staterooms. Don't have the prices on the suites. Now, here's the thing about Oceania. The prices go up every single quarter. Every single quarter, the prices are going to go up. For the cabins that are in our allotment, we've locked the price in until that allotment runs out, or they take the cabins back. So January 1, all of the cabins are going up, or thereabouts. Somewhere around January 1, there will be a rate adjustment for all the ships on Oceania, and the prices will go up. So if you want the absolute best price on any cabin on the ship, even those outside my allotment, now, now, because these ships fill up fast. This is the first time that they've had a quote unquote big ship in Alaska. This ship only holds 1,250 people. The ship that they've had up there in the past are the O class, or the R class that only holds 670. They've been selling out like crazy, so they're sending in a bigger ship this time to
a bigger ship.
have bigger ships, only 1,200 people. So this ship will sell out. I'm all but certain this ship will sell out, and I'm thinking it will sell out by the spring, probably, because there's only 14 itineraries and there's only 2 that are 12 nights. This one, and then there's another one. And the reason why we took this one partially is because the other 12-nighter has 3 tender ports for some reason. Even Juneau was showing up as a tender port. So it must be busier in the port, so they can't get in, so they're going to tender. As of right now, there are no tender ports scheduled.
Klawock.
Oh, Klawock. Klawock is scheduled to be a tender port.
There might be one other one. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
But
maybe Wrangell.
There were 3 tender ports on the other one, so we chose this one because it had fewer tender ports on it. So plus it's going to be the 4th of July. Should be fun. So that's pretty much what we were going to talk about tonight. Is this particular cruise? If you guys would like to join us, I mean, Rebecca and I are going to be on there. Of course, you know, we have the Sun Princess as well. If anybody wants to come join us, October 2024, we're going to be sailing on the Sun Princess, the brand spanking new Sun Princess out of Fort Lauderdale. That's going to be amazing. I think we've got almost 30 people already going on that one. That should be an absolute hoot. So if you want to come join us again, if you want to see the woman of mystery, Miss Rebecca, she's going to be over there. But then this one, you know, we had to put this one together early because the Oceania ships sell out so fast that we had to go ahead and put this through. Again, if you're tuning in on TikTok, it's right there on that little piece of paper. Oceania, Alaska, June 26, 2025. We're going to be heading out on a 12-night cruise, 8 ports. It is going to be absolutely amazing. Nurse Tara, how much is the deposit? The deposit is $500 per person.
For concierge class and below.
For concierge class and below.
I believe for suites, it's 20%.
Okay. So for the suites, it's 20%. We don't have any suites in our allotment. We can book the suites and we can move them into our group and you can get the amenities. But for concierge class and below, it'll be $500 per person. And the final payment, actually, I have it on here. I have it on my website. The final payment will be due January 27th, 2025. So you would have from now until January 27th, 2025. And just like any other cruise line, you can make payments on the cruise, so you don't have to wait until the end and have all that, you know, money just sitting there waiting to be paid.
And I believe that deposit is refundable.
I believe so. So, and we can verify that for you as well. But yeah, and also keep in mind when you look at the prices on my website, if you feel like either like I got enough points so I don't need the air, or I might be able to get better, $1,400 is factored into that price for air. So if you think you can fly yourself to Seattle and back for under $1,400, we can knock that price off as well. And that, you know, you could step up a level or two. And keep in mind, there are 4 levels of verandas and there's 4 levels of concierge. I've only listed 2 here, but there are more, and they're pretty closely priced. It's not like it jumps, oh God, it goes $1,000 per level. It just goes up a couple hundred each level right now, like pretty much the whole ship is empty.
And I believe that, well, actually I know because my mother did this. You can book it with the airfare included. And if later on you find you can do better on your own, you can get the money back for the airfare allotment.
Exactly. So you can take it out. So it's a great win-win. So Nurse Tara, talk to the hubby. Have the hubby call me. just have them call me. I'll talk to them. We'll get it set. And by the way, Tara, thank you so much for sending those pictures. Tara just got back from a lovely cruise on the Vision of the Sea. She sent us just an amazing photo of her and her husband. I'm so glad you guys had so much fun. Thank you so much for all of that. We just, we love what we're doing. I mean, we really do. I hope it comes through. And when I see photos from our guests and they're just having a great time, that honestly makes me feel so good. This is an amazing second career for me. I started out in television, film production. And with that, you work on something and it might be a year later before the audience finally sees it. And it's just so nice, that we can work on things and then you guys go right out and we get that feedback. And I just love it so much. John, you were thinking of going to the Med in the summer of 2025. Well, two good choices there, right? You could go to the Med. Now, keep in mind, Oceania is in the Med in the summer of 2025. So if you like what we're talking about with Oceania, I would love to have you come with us to Alaska. But keep in mind that Oceania is in the Med, and everything that you've been hearing about with the amenities and with everything that I've been talking about, that Simply More package, you would get that in the Mediterranean too. You're not going to get the pre-bake gratuities. You're not going to get the upgrade because that's part of our group. But, if you're interested in Oceania, so... Barbara, I don't know how many of these are tender ports.
I think it was 2.
Yeah, because I don't have it on my list.
Yeah.
So I didn't put it on the
look.
site. I don't remember seeing any of them listed as a tender.
They have a little anchor next to it.
They had the anchor next to it. Okay, that's what it is. All right, so I will go in and I'll update the website and put the tender ports in there. But I'm never going to bring it up here. Actually, I might be able to get it up here. Maybe. Let's see how quickly I can get this up here. Let's see. I'm going to take a quick peek. Let's see. I'll tell you how many tender ports, because I forgot that they do the little anchor thingy. So, but I know there's not that many.
No,
there's not that many.
I want to say 2.
So June in Alaska. There's Alaska. Almost there, Barbara. I'm going to find it just for you, Barbara. I am going to find it just for you. Let me see now. Duration. Yes, let's do 11 to 14. View 1 cruise. There it is. Itinerary. Here we go, Barbara. I got it.
You got to go into the pricing part.
Oh, you got to go into the pricing part? Now you tell me. Now you tell me. Okay, here we go. Do we have anchors?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Sitka and Klawock.
Okay.
Two tender ports. Sitka and Klawock. Oh, back to back. It's going to be the 2 back to back are going to be your tender ports. So Sitka is going to be the... Oh, those are the 2 that are the shortest, actually, which is interesting. So there we go.
But certainly a tender port on a 1,200 passenger ship is a lot less chaotic than, say, anything of the seas.
Quantum of the Seas, yeah. Well, not Jewel of the Sea.
Okay, true.
No. Nurse Tara, you loved Good Eats. It was one of your favorite cooking shows. Aw. Yeah, I was the post-production supervisor, editor, and animator for seasons 9 through 12. It has a special place in my heart. I love Alton Brown. He's just the coolest dude.
If you watch the show carefully enough, Walter's face appears.
My face appears, and I'm even in an episode. I get to taunt Mr. Brown during an episode about clowns. So yes, in the beginning of that episode, I'm quite a bit heavier at the time. But yes, you'll find me, and then Alton introduces me as a super geek in the Behind the Eats episode. So yes, I did work on that show for 4 seasons. It's still one of the highlights of my life, and I made amazing friends as well, which was really cool. Friends to this day, who just moved down here to Florida, which is great. So they live down here now. Now we got to get them on a cruise ship. They've never been on a cruise ship, so I'm working on that. Okay, folks, so we've been going at this for an hour. Hey, Kamisha, how are you? So I'm going to wrap this up and just say, hey, folks, if you'd like to come to Alaska on TikTok, there it is right there. If you'd like to come to Alaska with us, June 26th through July 8th, 2025, we had to open this up early because Oceania sells so quickly. We had to open it up early. This ship has only been on sale for about 2 or 3 weeks, so we've got plenty of room on there. But June 26th through July 8th. go to my website, go to group travel. If you're watching me on TikTok right now, click my logo, go into the little link tree, and the very first link on there is going to be taking you directly to that page. If you're watching me on YouTube, go into my description down below. There's either a link directly to that page or there's a link to my website. You can get there on the group travel. Pretty much everything you want to know about that. There are prices on my website with the staterooms. Those are the current prices as of right now. Again, if you want to take the airfare out, then you take off $1,400 from what you see in those prices. So, but if you guys want to come with us, please do not wait too long. One, these are the best prices that you can get. Two, I have very limited supply of cabins that I can actually book because these amenities are so good. They're limiting me on how many cabins I can actually sell because they don't want to give away too many things. They love you guys, but they don't want to give away too much. So guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. For those of you guys over on TikTok, thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you can come join us on this cruise. We will be back live Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. on TikTok and YouTube, answering your cruise question. And on Thursday evenings at 8:30 p.m., you're usually going to find us on YouTube talking to some folks. So we're going to have some new folks coming up over the next few weeks. So you guys have an amazing evening. I hope to talk to you all soon. So I'm going to say good night. Good night, YouTube. Hope to talk to you guys soon.